Hey guys, in case you didn't read the latest update, MOONTON decided to buff Karina again, so now her passive and ultimate are way more effective. But even after all this buff, a lot of players still don't really want to play her because she's very tricky to use. But in this video, I'll be sharing with you some tips that will allow you to come on top, even in high rank games. These are the builds and the emblem setup. So in this game, we decide to hyper carry Karina. Even though we are facing some meta heroes like Harif, you will see that if you know how to play Karina properly, she can still do extremely well even against meta heroes.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
I actually wanted to use Flicker, but I couldn't really trust our Chang'e. I thought she probably would try to steal the buff, so I decided to use Retribution instead.
Deployed.
Pay attention which heroes you are facing. In this case, they have Hylos and Camellia, so their early middle game is a lot stronger. Don't try to engage the enemies when they clearly have the advantage in the early game. Max her second skill first because it deals AoE damage and has lower cooldown than her first skill. Here, instead of going back to the middle lane, I was pretty sure the bottom laner was taking the crap, so I'm pinging my teammate to follow me. Quite unlucky there. The bush didn't allow me to ult Cho. Karina's first skill is somewhat a good counter against heroes that use a lot of basic attack, such as Harif. When I use her first skill, his second skill doesn't affect her and it won't reduce his cooldown.
Launch attack.
Remember to keep roaming around the map, don't let the enemy farm for free.
Ult is ready. You have slain an enemy. Request backup.
Even though it's a good idea to save the ultimate for the last hit, sometimes you just have to use it first to close the distance between you and the target.
Killing spree. Come and get stuff. And the turtle.
Throughout this game, jungle will be caught out of position many times, so if you see that the fight is already a lost cause, just retreat and keep farming. It's really important to not die in the early game as the carry of your team. Here, instead of going for the red buff first, I decide to clear the middle lane first, because those 3 minions are a lot of farms you don't want to waste. And since the buff won't go anywhere, you can just simply take it afterwards.
Initiate retreat. Enemy has slain the turtle. An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
Here I'm just trying to scare the enemies away so our team can easily take down the turret. It's important to do this, because or else they can just simply clear the minion wave and we can no longer push.
Your team destroyed a turret. Initiate retreat. Our turret has been destroyed. Request backup. Enemy double. Our turret is under attack. Launch attack. Our turret has been destroyed.
Remember, you can aim her ultimate, so always try to target the damage dealer or the squishy heroes first.
Our turret has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain.
I know a lot of tank players who do this, but if the game is already past a certain point, the carry can easily take the buff without the tank helping. So in this case, it will be wiser for Mincetar to just go back to base and heal so he doesn't waste time. I know they just want to help, but a better way to help the team is by just being at full HP when the teamfight happens, or by providing vision instead.
Ally has been slain. Initiate retreat. Turtle resurrecting soon. Shut down. Mega kill.
This Yushon is not too bad. He's actually paying attention to the map.
Sorry. An ally has been unstoppable. And
Perfect timing.
double kill. Launch attack. Triple kill. Wiped out. A team destroyed a turret. Shut down. An ally has slain the turtle.
If your team is not willing to engage, then just retreat. When you're playing Karina, you basically just have to wait for the right opportunity to engage. You have to wait for your teammates to distract the enemies, then you should go in.
Initiate retreat.
I play extremely poorly here. I should have just gone in right away with my ultimate. I hesitated way too much. The slow from Camellia first skill, Hylos and Herif ult was too much for me to go in without closing the distance with her ultimate first.
Ally has been slain. Shut. Turret is under attack.
I underestimate Cho's farm. He already had farmed his core item.
Destroyed. You have slain an enemy. Lord resurrecting soon.
Here I try not to make the same mistake as the last time, so I decide to close the distance as soon as possible using her ultimate. Remember, her passive is almost the same as Gusion. The more HP the target has lost, the more damage her passive will inflict, so don't be afraid of killing those tanky heroes.
Triple kill.
Since we just killed many of them, I decided to go to do the Lord now. But since I saw Cho was also in the bottom lane, might as well just kill him first.
Attack the Lord. Unstoppable.
But since nobody else is helping me do the Lord, and 3 of them will probably be able to contest it, I decide to not risk it.
Request backup.
I saw that Herif has low HP. I'm going to wait for the right opportunity to kill him in one shot.
Has been slain. Monster kill. Your team destroyed a turret. Killing spree.
Looking at the time, I wanted to wait until close to minute 12 before attacking the Lord. In case you didn't know, at minute 12 the Lord gets buffed. You can start attacking him before that. but just make sure to last hit it after minute 12.
Attack the Lord. Ally has slain Lord. Ult is not ready. Attack the Lord. Ally has been slain. Request battle. Mega kill.
Oof, the amount of stun and slow was too much. That's why you have to wait for the right time and opportunity when playing Karina. Don't just rush in, you have to be very patient.
Initiate retreat. Launch attack.
Remember, always let your tank check the bushes first, especially in the late game. One single mistake and it could be the end of your team, especially if you're the carry of the team.
Launch attack.
Wait for the right timing to go in. Be smart with your in-game decision.
Attack.
A lot of times, these kind of heroes are not as popular because they are pretty tricky to use, but once you master them, you will see that they can be extremely strong even in the high rank games.
Shut down.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. Thanks.